What's up, everybody? This is None Defense, host of this YouTube channel, and of course co-leader of the team, Still Unboomable, along with our other leaders and co-leaders, and my beautiful, wonderful wife, Miss Boom Bitch Angie. Friends, I haven't done a video in a while, and I will get back to doing them regularly. Many of you know that I am working on a cross-country move, and with all the million of little distractions that entails, I just haven't been able to dedicate as much time to Boom Beach as I wanted to. However, in my absence, I am absolutely so spectacularly proud of this team for, not only managing to continue to, put ops away. We lost Choke Point 13 days ago. But in the meantime, what do we got? Win. And these are ops that I haven't been available to do much planning or coaching. Braun is, in and out. Nick's been in and out, so really this has been, these last couple of weeks have really been the new guys, the new guys who have stepped up and said, we will, do our part, and in your guys' absence, we will do our part, and I'm proud of the fact that, taking a little bit of credit for myself, I'm proud of the fact that, a long time ago, me and my wife Angie, we sat down and we figured out what it was that we were hoping to do, what it was we wanted to be, how we wanted to be ran, and then over time we added players and we got everybody on the same page, and now we're here, where when 4 to 5 of the major pieces at the top in terms of the planning and coordination, when all of a sudden they're out of the mix and the team is still able to string these wins together. Great job. Outstanding. And we beat Choke Point. Braun wanted to start Choke Point. And awesome. I don't want to show every single attack, but wow, I can't tell you how proud I am of just everybody. I mean, even some of the I'm sure there were some bad attacks. I know I had a couple of bad attacks. Wow. Whew. Alrighty. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's look at the bases that we knew were really tough, okay? Everybody deserves congratulations. Y'all managed to squeeze these things out. So let's look at some of the bases that were just really tough. So that'll be, let's say, Commodore and Duality. Is that fair? Let's focus this video on Commodore. And, well, Aziz always watches these videos, so let's show off his attack. So that way he'll know that we love him. Alright, so he's going over there, gonna go over there. Beautiful work. It was a decent, it was good the way you kind of had things positioned. I know it was difficult considering all the power cells were there. It was difficult for you to get in there, but once they cleared that one rocket, you did the reposition, and then you started eating up cells and doing the dirty work and working on this stuff down here, the RLs there. Beautiful work, Aziz. That was on ribbon cable. So, without showing everybody's attack, so it looks like HB, Flip, Reaper, Hex, and then Store. Beautiful work, guys. Great job. Everybody there. Like, that was outstanding. Fantastic. Alrighty, so we were going to focus on Commodore. Looks like Spin Drift took the first stab at Commodore. He went with the Scorchers. Thank you, Spin, for joining the team. You've done very well. You fit right on in. We don't have like secret closed door meetings and discuss this stuff or anything, but we all kind of, the people who fit in, everybody likes. The people who don't fit in, nobody likes. So it's like, if, one of us likes you, then probably everybody's going to like you. But if one of us doesn't like you, probably not many people like you. It's funny how that works. But great job, just using them Scorchers to let them do their work. Beautiful. Taking out some RL and causing mass destruction. Burn, baby, burn. Loving it. So we're moving to Seattle. Angie's going to be coming in for its Thursday night. She'll be getting on a plane tomorrow night, and I'll be picking her up Saturday morning. Then she and I will be on the moving truck heading towards the West Coast. Great job, Spin. And I love the fact that, you know, he's focusing on defenses. You know, for long time still unboomable members can remember that there was a time we really struggled getting people to shy away from, you know, to avoid the power sales unless in those situations where it's okay to go after power sales. So great work there, team. So we're looking at just Commodore. I'm sure Daryl did just lovely. Uh-oh. All right, Daryl. All right, let's see what went wrong. What caught my attention, if you didn't notice, was he got 0 force points. So that tells me something happened, and I'm curious what it was. All right, knowing that Daryl is an excellent rifle user, seeing the setup. Me, I'm ballsy enough to drop a barrage right here, drop everybody here, flare to there, flare to right there, smoke, 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 okay? And then shock, 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 something. Let's see what went wrong. Now, he may have also decided to go with this approach and clean these off, and that's also a good way to do things. But let's see what actually happened. Gonna watch in real time. All right, looks like he's going left. All right, we're not gonna watch in real time now. Alrighty. Okay, I mean, he took some rocket fire there, but that's not, you know, the end of the world. So he's dropping the mines. So it looks like we're on the same page. See, me and Daryl, man, like, it's something about, like, rifle pride, you know. You know, like, once you know them and you love them. Ah, what happened? Okay, oops. So, there you go. You saw what happened. He accidentally did a stupid flare there, and, you know, once panic mode. That was a very delicate operation that he was running there. You know, it just didn't work out. Twisted T, you've done excellent. Thank you so much for us. No, alright. I can't show everybody's, guys. I want to go to bed soon. Alright, we're just going to watch in real time. It's going over here, minute 15. What went wrong? What I like about Twisted T, you know, I mean, he hasn't done anything that has, like, amazed me. I'm worried. Yep, just couldn't, yep, didn't get those shocks out. He hasn't done anything that amazed me, but he is brave. Like, he will try things. And, you know, and you see it. You know, you see it in his attacks, that he is not scared to try things. Don, you're an awesome guy. I'm going to show off your warrior attack on Ballast. You then sent me on, and I'm not going to show my attacks, but I did put in on some attacks. I was intended to go ahead and win it, but then like I've been saying, a real life distraction came up, and then that was kind of the end of that. So, and then towards the end of the night, you know, as I saw the state of the op, I was like, all right, I'm going to go to bed. And then I knew I had a doctor's appointment, or Jim had a doctor's appointment this morning, so that's why I was like, all right, I'll load warriors on everybody, but we'll get to that. So good job, Don. Stork to win on, what was this, ribbon cable? Okay. All right, love you, Stork, but I'm not going to show that off. It's pretty obvious what happened. Great job. Okay. TT. Okay, well, so Don went in on his hack on Ballast, and I went in with my attacks and did all of this, right? All of this up here. So let's see how TT took advantage of that, turned it into a win. Okay, what are we doing here? What's the plan? Okay, looking good so far. Out of range of those cannons, I think. Oh, one of them got you, but that's alright. Here we go. Just keeping that rocket shocked. Does he have another shock? He does. He's good. Great job, TT. Beautiful. Beautiful work. And that's how TT got the win. Alright, so again, we're trying to focus on Commodore, and I think I've only shown like one of the... Buddy! Hey, buddy! Alright, so then it looks like Braun went to work on... What are we looking at? Commodore? No, buddy, I'm doing a video. Oh, buddies. The funny thing about buddies. Alright, looks like he's going to be doing a team artillery run. So he's specifically just going to send his girls over there, let them make short work of all this stuff. Probably use a flare or two to just remove the cannons, maybe not. But where's he putting his bombs? He's saving up. Where's he going to put them? We usually end up bombing this, so he's probably going to throw at least a barrage at that. And again, this is all guesswork. He'll throw a barrage here. What else is he going to do? Okay, no, he's focusing on the SL. And that's fine too. That's okay. So, there you go. We're not going to watch all the rest of that. That was Braun's Emmett. There's plenty more Braun left to go. So, no worries there. Plenty of Braun. Plenty of Braun. This was another Braun. Great job, Braun. Another Braun. Great job, Braun. Braun got the win with Muffin. Let's look at that. Okay, he's got the Zookas, so it's pretty obvious. Gonna drop, get them all up there. Super speed. Super speed! Go Zookas. Alright. He's gonna take it from the top side. Get out of range with all that. Beautiful work. Finish working them boom cannons. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And that's how he won there. Great job. Outstanding. Okay. Here we go. So this is the big Braun attacking Commodore. Going with the crying hookah. What's the plan? Y'all think he's gonna sneak through here, or is he gonna fight this stuff? Look, I think he's gonna fight it. Yeah, this looks like he's gonna start wanting to work on some bombs. But he might try to sneak through. We'll see. Okay, nope, he's engaging. Excellent, that's fine. Alright, so he's opening this up. He's going to flare over here. He's going to fight this stuff. Then, no, he's doing right. Alright. He's just going straight at the booms. Alright, that'll work. That will work. At that point, he knows that his day is almost over. You know, and he's just going to do what he can for the team. Great job, Braun. Alright, so that was Braun. Soon on Commodore, Lake Shell. Lake Shell's rocking the Zookas. Let's see how Lake pulled that off. What's the plan? 3 minutes 58 seconds. That's a good indicator that it was a good attack. But that much time, I assume he's going to have to have several Zookas on the core. Alright, shocking there. Or he's going to have just like one or two. But either way, that means he's got a solution. You know, he's found a sweet spot, and that's huge. That is huge in our line of work. Just, you know, showing the sweet spot, demonstrating the sweet spot can go a long way. Nice use of barrage, weakening that machine gun. It's going to make it easier for the next guy. Great job, Lake. Alright, so that was Lake Shell on Commodore. Peters, you're awesome, but I'm not going to show that. Let's see what Bort did. Looks like Bort got the win. Knowing Peters, all this damage on this Doom Cannon, I'm just assuming, and I'm not going to go back and verify, but let's assume that that was Peters' work. So good job, Peters. You weakened the hell out of that Doom Cannon. Let's see how Bort was able to take advantage of that. If he took advantage of it at all. I don't know. This is the first time I've seen this. Like today, like I literally see. Yeah, see, Peters helped you out. Great job, Peters. Great job. You know what, buddy? Oh, he's being a buddy tonight. You'll have to forgive him. Anyway, he knows we're moving to Seattle, and he's pretty pumped about it, and he just can't shut up. Buddy, you'll smoke weed later. He won't. I tell him, like, know your limits, buddy, but anyway. Alright. So great job, Port. So, well, who was that? Bart. I said Port. Anyway, so Peters, man, like, you weakened the hell out of that Doom Cannon. Now I want to go back and watch your attacks. So that's what I'm going to do, because I'm the host of this damn channel, and you guys can't stop me. So here we go. Yep, good job, Peters. Let's watch this. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Okay, there we go. Let's check your shock action. I mean, you got plenty of juice on it. Man, you weaken the heck out of it. I know your warriors aren't particularly strong, Peters, so great job. Level 11, hey, man, you did something. You did something. And Bort got the win. Nisi on Commodore. Nisi, if you watch this video, tanks suck, Nisi. They just do. You know, they just really do. And I know you use them, and you really like them, and you feel more comfortable with them, and all that. And I know there's no perfect answer, because I love you and I want you to be on the team. But like, this should have been a win. You know what I mean? Like, this was the winning shot, and it wasn't. And it was okay as it all turned out, but I think we can all agree, since all you were doing was just using gunboat there to take out those machine guns, well, you would have been able to do the same thing and have extra gunboat to just get rid of that and have Zukas here, or even just your, you know, a hookah or whatever. Yeah, like, tanks suck. Like, trust me, if they were great in op, I would use them all the time in op. Now Sika, God bless Sika. I do run Sika's attacks from time to time, and I will use Sika's weak tanks from time to time. You know, I don't know. If I had a chance if I was coaching at this moment, and I understand, I know, you know, the players well enough to know they're just feeling like, let's beat as many bases as we can, just in case we can't beat them all. And I get that. So I totally respect that. And trust me, I'm not harping on anybody, because nobody was there, you know, giving like 100% guidance. Everybody jumped in, and everybody did their little bits. So it all worked out. Great job. Alright, Titan, Bart, Nunn, LM, Angie, and Blueberry were all driven by me. I'm just going to show you what I started with. Pause. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 rockets up the front. My goal was just to take out as many as I could. I didn't do as great as I wanted to when it was all said and done, but when Blueberry started her attack, pause. 1, 2, 3. 3 were gone. This one, Blueberry was able to finish. These were very weak. You know, I wish I had done better. You know, I don't know. Maybe I felt like Warriors was the way to go there, but all the accounts have kind of weak Warriors, so it kind of played against me. But I felt more confident going Warriors there than Zukas. So, you know, I guess if I get lined up in that same situation again, maybe I'll try to, you know, try to just sneak some Zukas. I was tempted to try to sneak some Zukas in right there and go like shock, 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 but, you know, I was scared. I was scared. I just felt confident that I'd be able to at least do my part, get rid of some rockets. That's what I did. Sith went in. He did some damage. He was just kind of, you know, now we're in the dog pile phase. God bless you, Sharp. Like, you, Sharp, Sika, and Nisi need to be in the, you know, the not very good at tank club. But they use them, and they've always do their best to get involved in the op, and that's what matters. SCR, look, I'm not going to watch that just because I guarantee you're throwing some bombs and some stuff, and that's good. Yo-Yo's pretty high up there, so let's kind of see what he was able to do. So, I mean, a good job to the guys who attacked before Yo-Yo, because there was, what, 2 rockets there, and now there's less, so that's good. That is good. Alrighty. What you got going there now? Throwing some bombs back there. Alright, so it was just a good little bombing run. Just kind of opened up the side there. He's going to start trying to clean off all of this nonsense as much as he can in the time that he's allotted, which isn't very long. He'll take it. Good job, Yo-Yo. That was Yo-Yo? Good job, Yo-Yo. Allie. Rocking the Zookas. Going all girls. And it lasted 1 minute and 40 seconds. Wonder what happened. Let's find out. So he's going to do this fancies drop over there. He's going to go over there. He's going to try to work this side. Try to stay out of range of all this stuff up here. Let's see, maybe a little reflare. Good job. Okay. Alright. You know, I mean, that was an effective, like, just get in there. That was a dog pile attack. That was a classic dog pile attack. Great job. Roll going, all girls. Only got 2 force points, but you know that doesn't mean anything. It just means that's all he got. Okay, where's he going? What's the plan? Okay, a little flare over there. Hopefully we don't get that rocket's attention. Alright, looking fine. What are we doing? What are we doing? Where are you gonna shock? Nice shock. Nice. No, that was really good. That was really good. I wish you had, put some bombs on something. You know, maybe back here or whatever. Instead of shocking that last one, just toss some bombs. But whatever, you know. You were in control. You were in charge of you. You're good. Penetrating Paul. So now we're getting into desperation mode. The hours are ticking down. We don't know for certain if we're going to beat this thing. We just want to do everything we can to make sure we can. At least give it an honest effort. You know, like this was the crazy time. This was crazy time. It's going over here. Gonna work on get that rocket. Now I know at some point in there Nick had the time to get involved and take control of this thing. So, you know, I don't know what he was coaching, like where people were calling their own plays. Don't know, doesn't really matter. In the end, everyone worked together towards the same common goal, and that's what it comes down to. But Nick was heavily involved towards the end. So great job, Nick. Thank you for, getting time at it in your day to come in and and just kind of point things in a direction. And Aziz, you did a great job, an outstanding job, I thought, of, calling the plays to get everybody this far. Yeah. Like, and when I went in, I didn't even read the notes. I just knew we needed to take out rockets. So I was like, that's all I can do. Like, I can't worry about what's going to happen next because I only have so many, I only have like an hour to get my attacks in before this thing's over. So I just got to get in, I just got to get in what I can get in and take out as many rockets as I can. So, but Bone, thank you so much. I didn't really talk much about Bone's attack there, but, as you can see, Bone saw what was needed. He just needed a good hookah. Didn't need to go do anything crazy. Just working on clearing things off to the side here. Getting things ready. And ultimately Nick knew he had his account and his second account, and of course his real life brother, Mr. UD. They were ready to go, just wait and just, doing everything that they can to help give everybody the coaching that they needed to get set up for business. And as soon as the time was right, they went in. ADZ, this is a Bronze real life buddy. I still have yet to have a chance to, excuse me, it's only 10:02 p.m., but I feel like it's later. But anyway, ADZ is like Bronze real life buddy. I haven't had a chance to talk to him super much, but as long as he's enjoying himself, I'm glad he's with us. He has access to Bron. He's going to get access to some good coaching. Obviously we want to shock a rocket there, but that's all going to come with the experience. Like, what was his deal? Like, he made it all the way to the level 40s without ever being on a task force. That's an unusual circumstance. So he's going to have some You know, he's playing catch up, but that's okay, because when Titan came over, he didn't even know he could upgrade things in his armory. So, you know, everybody has something that they have to get over. Alright, so here we go, and this is where the superstars kicked in. This is Nick Hill, number 2, Nick 2, on Duality. Getting ready, setting up for the final win. Dropping a barrage. Clear off them boom mines. It's going to run over there. He just kind of went with that angle to avoid all these rockets from shooting at him. Ready. Going to take that bad boy out. Got it. Beautiful. Beautiful. He didn't really have a hope of getting that other rocket, but he flared to it anyway, just in case he could. UD going with the Zookas. Alright. UD and Nick are from India. They root for Indian sports, or for the Indian teams of the of sports, you know, like cricket and the World Cup and any other sport that's kind of global. One thing I will say about the other country, and I love sports, so like, I know it seems like I always have to bring them up. I love sports. I love competition is what it is, and I love teamwork and all that stuff. What I love about, you know, that I'm kind of, as an American, you know, to be an American sports fan, I don't know how different it is from being a global sports fan, but being an American sports fan, you definitely, you know, you feel like, you know, we kind of have, like, you know, the market on rivalries and fan support and all that stuff, and that's poppycock, because like all these countries that like play against each other in all these regular sports, like regularly, now that's rivalry. You know, like the Pittsburgh Steelers, my #1 team, versus the Baltimore Ravens, my #1 hated team. Yeah, I mean, that's a hell of a rivalry in my mind, but in my heart, it's a huge rivalry. But if I'm being honest with myself, to compare it to the intense rivalry of, say, like India and Pakistan on a sports field, that's insane. So, Nick Hill, thank you once again, Nick, for everything that you've ever done for this team, everything you've ever, everything from the time that you came back with us, and, you know, it started, you know, really suggesting that we go start learning the girls, you know, to today, where you had some hours to give, and you gave those hours to help push this thing over the cliff. Once again, who else deserves thanks? Braun, you wanted to start choke point. I noticed that your name was on some of the notes somewhere in there, so you were involved. You know, Aziz, you kicked things off and kind of started pointing things in the right direction. Beautiful work. You know, Don, Spin, you guys were talking a bunch. Like, just everybody. Oh, Holly. Let's just watch Holly's attack real quick. I love Holly so much. So much. So here we go. We're going to watch Holly's attack. What are we doing here, Holly? Alright, so you're going to start that process. Beautiful work. Kind of working there. Alright, I'm not sure what that was all about. That feels like a misclick. Okay, I see what she's trying to do. Okay, well, that's cute. Let's see how it worked out. Okay. Hey, that'll work. You know what? That's alright. That is a perfect Holly attack. Love it. Wouldn't have changed anything about it. Great job, Holly. Absolutely. So anyway, so thank everybody so much for everything that they've done for this team since the beginning, whether you're with us for a long time or a short time. You know, this is what it was. This is why we do it. This is why we spent so much agonizing months building up the system, because it's the system that succeeds. You know, we're all player parts of the system, and you know, the system succeeds. Nick, a moment of silence. Let's just appreciate it. Hallelujah. Great job, Nick. Great job, team. Great job, everyone. Absolutely everyone who was involved, even LM, Titan, and Angie. Great job you guys for letting me use your account. You know, great job. Like, just everybody did outstanding. So I can't congratulate all of us, all of you enough. Like, I can't take, I get a small amount of credit, for, again, originally establishing the system, and of course for doing my attacks. But this was you guys, man. This was all you. I just kind of just got in where I fit in. You guys set the standard. You guys set the path. You guys, this is choke point is your victory. Now, that being said, as soon as I have time to, like, actually dedicate to doing this again, I'll run a choke point, and we're gonna beat it next time. Now that we have that confidence of knowing that we can work things out and make it happen, yeah, absolutely, I'll be running a choke point soon, very soon. But it's great. Thank you again, everybody. I just, I'm excited, super excited in real life when it had, after, I did my attacks. So I went to the doctor's appointments, I did my attacks, and then I had to go do, like, other things, real life things. Excuse me, sorry about that. Had to go do, like, some real life things, so it was just like, I don't know, I don't know what's happening with the op. But then, just as, fate would have it, I logged in with like 2 minutes of the op go, and Nick had just put this thing away, and it was great just to see all the celebration in chat. Everybody was excited. It was wonderful. Sorry, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Friends, as always, I want to thank all of you so much for taking time out of your day to watch these videos, and please always remember that we are still unboomable, and as always, please be safe. Thank you.